Yo, welcome to the Jack of All Trades podcast. We talk about sports, culture, faith, economics, basically anything that's real. We're going to give you our real perspective. All right. We're not analysts. We're not scripted. We're not here for clickbait. We're actually here to talk about things that matter. And, you may like it, you may not like it. I'm your host, Jamal Cruz. To the right of me, left of me, it's my man Tom. And to the far left is my boy, it's Jen, music, staying the man, Conway. How you feeling today, fellas?
Feeling good, feeling great.
It's a nice Sunday, man. Just ready to get at it.
All right, that's what's up. All right, so real quick, Tom, tell us about yourself, bro. Where you from? What you about? Let the people know about who you are.
Well, originally from Lawnside, New Jersey, repping Lawnside all day, every day. But now I've been out here in LA for a little minute now, man. Been on the West Coast, Cali, loving it, enjoying it, and all. It's my home. That's where I lay my head. Sunny LA. For the past, now I'll say 15 years. I'm a master technician for Harley Davidson. Now I work for a company that I can't even, I don't know, I think I got NDAs or something. I don't know if I could really even tell you who I work for, but we build the most expensive production motorcycles on the planet. So you could Google that if you want to. Other than that, heavily involved in politics in my city. And just I'm doing it all. I do everything. I mean, I'm into a wide range of things. That's why this is Jack of all trades. So we can go from
Facts,
there, but
facts.
we can go from there, but you'll learn more as we progress and we get into it. But uh I appreciate being on the show and let's get it, man.
I call him the Dos Equis man because, like he said, he does everything. He even tell you that he was a broker before he became a bike mechanic. Like
Wow.
this dude was on Wall Street making people millions of dollars, thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So that's my guy, bro. We've been knowing him since the sandbox. What, first grade? Yeah, first grade, right?
Oh yeah, first grade, probably first
Yeah,
grade
first
was
grade.
you was in PM class in kindergarten, wasn't you?
Yeah. I
I
was
was
in
in the
PM
AM
class,
class.
so
Yeah.
yeah. I was in PM class, so yeah, man, all the way down to the sandbox. All right, my man Stan, Jen, what's the deal, bro?
Hey, this is Stan Jen Conaway. Just a regular guy like Triple G would say. Do a little bit of everything. Some music, do some science, uh, sports, and that's why I'm here, man. Because we have great like minds that have a lot of really good topics to talk about. And oh, did I not mention another Lone Side alumni?
Big facts. Listen, these guys are underselling themselves, bro. I'm with the most intelligent people I know personally. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's in the science, but he ain't tell you he's a freaking doctor.
Man's a
He's a
doctor,
doctor.
dog.
He has his PhD, man. He has his PhD and he raps. You know what I'm saying? He's a real Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Jen. You feel me? And he's a first degree black belt. Like seriously, jack of all trades right here. He will kick you in the chest and then bring you back. Facts. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
So that's my guy, Stan, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
appreciate you, man.
and me, I'm Jamal. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate y'all for coming in
First off,
and being
man,
a part of
appreciate
this.
your service,
Um,
man. I said I
oh
appreciate
yeah,
your
I
service,
appreciate.
you
Thank you, bro.
because these are
I'm about to get into that. I appreciate. Thank you.
hmm
Cause what
these are interesting times we're heading into.
you about to say, bro?
These are interesting times we're heading into.
We were just talking about that, but before we get into that, before we
Yeah,
get into
Yeah.
that,
yeah, we
right?
going too far already.
Let me introduce myself. So I'm also a co-host Jamal Cruz, man. I'm also from Lawnside, New Jersey. Some people call it Little Africa. A lot of rich history there. Uh, for me, I'm a realtor. You know what I'm saying? I've been a realtor for about 5 years now. I'm an anime enthusiast. I'm married. Also a military veteran. I've been a jet mechanic for about 13 years. Sports, as you see, Dallas upside down. There's a story behind this hat. This is when Dak Prescott wouldn't get his first deal, so he wore things Dallas but upside down, but not Cowboys brand. If you know what I'm saying. So this isn't a Cowboys hat. It's just an upside Dallas hat when Dak was holding out. But yeah, man. What more can I say about myself? Like, again, a jack of all trades. I have a lot of interest in different things, and you really can't cram any one of us into a box. So, um, but yeah, but as we go along, you're gonna learn more about us. You're gonna know more about our points of thoughts and our opinions and things like that. But right now, this is officially episode 1, man. Episode 1. Get this thing off the ground. Jack of all trades. And right now, we're going to break down, what's interesting right now and what's happened just now. It's the NFL Combine, right? NFL Combine. Who's winners? Whose draft stock possibly has fallen? Who's winners? And really, that's what we're going to talk about today. And what are we talking about, fellas? What are we talking about? Oh yeah, Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather. I'm not really excited about that. You freaking old farts really out there fighting, but whatever.
Gotta make a
But yeah,
dollar.
let's get into it, fellas. Man, his name is Money Mayweather. He got plenty of dollars. And freaking
Nah.
Pacquiao, ain't he a politician or in this country in the Philippines?
Yeah, but he give all his money
Senator
away,
in
and
the
Mayweather bought
Philippines.
what? How many?
You said senator.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he gives all his money away though. He
Uh,
gives it to the Philippines, and Mayweather just buys Bentleys. So
that's that's facts. That I do recall Pacquiao giving away his money. So
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
but
stay
That's
broke.
for better or for worse.
yeah. So let's get into the combine, fellas. So what you guys got, man? We got some big guys that came out and put on. My personal favorite is Sonny Styles. Everyone's talking about Sonny Styles right now.
Yeah, yeah. That's going to be an
Yeah,
interesting prospect. I think for any team, regardless of what your position in need is, how can you not be have him on your radar?
Right. Like, dude, the guy was 6'5". He ran a 6'4" 2, and I
No,
think his team,
no, he ran
four
a
two
four four
six,
teammate
six,
April.
four
four
four four
six.
six.
My bad. I'm
Yeah,
looking
he
at
Yeah,
his
said that.
grade.
All
My bad.
baggers.
Yeah. He ran. Yeah. Him and Abel Reese, they almost ran the same thing, didn't they? Or
yeah,
they
pretty
did run the
much.
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So man,
So Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles, they're the fastest among the prospects for the edge position that were already graded high.
right, right. I'm on the NFL website right now. They got this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
They got his total scores at 94.
Mm-hmm.
But
Talk about Sonny
more
Styles right now.
more importantly, he was the former safety, so that's why he can drop back into coverage and do all the things he can do. And then he confirmed those things with the 40 time. So, you know, I think that he's a special talent. We'll see. I have to look more of his film, but from the little bit that I saw, it's all there.
Yeah, he has good instincts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He definitely sheds well, and like he has no problem with getting active and hitting the holes and things like that. But like with him, he's unique because like you said, like he's pure safety. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So, and they just converted him like a 6'5". Can you imagine a 6'5" safety? How, was he a 6'5" safety when did he convert? I don't know when he converted, but
I
it's
don't
I
just
remember.
mean,
like,
the
dude, and
tallest, like tall safeties over time, like Eric Allen. What was Eric Allen? 6'2", 6'3".
probably,
Yeah, the
yeah,
tallest
He
that
he
we
was
probably was
saw
tall.
tall.
that had that. Yeah.
Eric Allen 6'2".
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah, it's
he
very
definitely
few tall
well
safeties though. Normally fast guys back
with
there, they're
Sonny
like
Styles,
5'9", 5'10", that could break on the ball.
6 foot. I would
The
say
only
like
tall
six, yeah,
safety
for
I can
sure.
think of right now that's playing at a high level is Kyle Hamilton with the Ravens.
How tall is
Mm-hmm.
he?
6'1" and above. Maybe he's a little taller than that, but
Six one.
he was one of the taller guys coming out of that draft. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I think Taylor Mays from way back. He got drafted by the Bengals or something. Maybe he was like 6'4". He was an athletic freak, but he did not translate into coverage for one reason or another.
Okay,
So like
okay.
that's the closest I think we've seen to our prospect, even though he didn't pan out. Where it was like, whoa, this is going to be the next one, like a Steve Atwater. We don't get many Steve
Right.
Atwaters, if ever.
Steve Atwater, he get that boy got hit.
And he could
Yeah,
cover
Remember
too.
when
That's
what
what
was
people.
yeah, what
Yeah.
was it? What was it called? The Nigerian Nightmare. I
Yep.
forget his last name. The guy that played for the running
Christian
back for
Okoye.
the Kansas City.
Christian Okoye.
Yeah, whew. Bro, he met that dude in that hole. I think after that hit, bro, I don't think Okoye was the same ever since then.
Nope.
Because he was like he was a nightmare for a lot of people. But like Steve Atwater really laid into him and made him something crazy. You think obviously Sonny Styles is a linebacker, but do you think Sonny Styles will have that type of thump that Steve Atwater had?
I
So
don't
I'd
know,
have to look at the
man.
film
It's
more.
hard to have.
Um,
It's hard to have that type of hitting style, man. Especially in this day and age, in this game, it's so much faster. So guys a lot of times, and they protect themselves a lot more than they used to as well. So guys that hit like that, your Junior Seau's and your Steve Atwaters and all them guys,
Your Ray
they
Lewis's.
they they just went out there and laid everything out on the line. Guys don't do that no more. They protecting their investment. You know what I mean? The millions of dollars. You can't go around like Lawrence Thomas riding around his neighborhood in his golf cart because his license suspended. You can't you can't be doing that shit.
Yeah, it's a different age. Cocaine's illegal.
yeah.
Cocaine's always been illegal.
They didn't care back then.
It kind of was, but kind of
um,
wasn't back then.
Yeah,
Somehow.
I know. But you mentioned something. Not only protect themselves, but the rules of the game has changed a lot too. Like you really
Yeah.
can't go out there and hit someone without getting a flag. You know what I'm saying? Like they really are. Like the defense got their hands tied a little bit. They really can't go out there and be physical and be themselves. You know what I'm saying? Without a flag being pulled. I get safety and CTE and stuff like that, but I don't know, man. It's a different. It's they're trying to make the game not as physical anymore. And me personally, as a fan of football, I'm quite a little bit frustrated a little bit. I don't know about how you guys feel about it, but it's football. These guys sign up for it. It's a very dangerous sport, but they get paid millions of dollars for it. Millions of dollars for it. Science has gotten better. Equipment has gotten better, so CTE is not as high as it used to be. And also changing their tackle technique. Now, you're never supposed to leave your head anyway, but let's be real. Like back in like the 90s and early 2000s, like people were leading with their head sometimes. You feel me?
Here's the thing,
they
though.
taught you not.
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
From Pee Wee. Nah, from Pee Wee football, you're not supposed to lead with your head. But the thing about the
Yeah,
NFL,
exactly.
you know what I mean? You're paying for that. You're paying for that car wreck, right? You don't watch NASCAR to
Right.
watch the cars run around track. You watch NASCAR to see the accidents, and that's the same way you watch the NFL. You watching the NFL
what?
for them hits.
Wait a minute.
what?
Wait a minute. Hold up. Slugs, roll that back.
Wait, what? Wait, you say what?
We got clip that one. We got to clip that one for sure.
Wait. First of all, here's one thing. I don't pay NASCAR to do anything. I don't watch NASCAR like that. But if I do watch NASCAR, I'm not looking for the accidents.
You're not
What's wrong
watching
with
the
you?
accidents. You're not trying to watch it. Listen, I'm watching
Not for the
freaking car
accidents.
crashes, bro. I'm not.
You don't care about who wins.
Accidents is
He's like
entertaining.
winners. You say winners. We
Nah, I don't care.
can't come here for
I don't
that.
care, bro. 500 laps in the Daytona 500. You're gonna sit there and watch that with no accidents, just a clean
Heck
race.
no. No,
Hey,
I mean,
exactly.
I see your point. I see your point.
I need to see a tire come off or something.
But I'm not looking for that because I'm not looking for that honestly. But if I'm watching it, I'm leaving the channel for about 20 minutes and coming back to it. That's my way of watching NASCAR.
But if you walk into the other room and you hear, somebody crashed into the wall at 102, you're gonna come back in the room and want to see that accident.
I mean, that's the excitement value for it. Yeah, sure.
There you go.
But
You
you
know what
making
I
it
mean?
sound like you're gonna be like passed out with your beer in your hand, so you hear the crash, and then you're like, like you're just gonna wake up.
You might.
Like that's the only reason you're there for.
That's the only reason I'm here. That's it. That's the only reason.
I'm only here for the accidents. See now
That's
a
a
demolition
T-shirt.
derby.
That's a T-shirt.
Now listen. Now the demolition derby. I'm there to see. I'm there to see carnage. I'm there to see the crashes. You know what I'm saying? Even monster trucks,
Yes,
but like,
That's
but
different
there.
though. Like,
I'm here for the
yeah.
accidents.
yeah, not to see who wins, not the gold trophy. I got you. But get
Yeah.
back to the NFL Combine. But back to Sonny Styles though. Like, do you guys think that, because as I'm looking, so I'm on NFL website, right, and they have this thing called the prospect grade, right? And
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
prospect grade basically determines, like, they're like who's gonna be starters, who needs work and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Now Sonny Styles, right? His total score for the combine, according to Next Gen Stats score breakdown, is very high, but at the number one spot for overall is Arvell Reese at
Yeah.
7.04. You know what I'm
Correct.
Peep
saying?
that.
Yeah.
Off the
And
edge out of
and
Ohio State.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But here's the thing: he say he's an edge, but he could play linebacker too.
Yeah, you can.
Mm.
Yeah, you
He can
can.
play linebacker. You know what I'm saying? And like, he's actually the third and fourth when it comes to total score. He's a third, right? See, it's messing me up because it says edge, but
Hmm.
he plays linebacker.
Yeah. Well, it's that.
You know what
It's
I'm
that.
saying?
Man, with that position, right? That edge rusher, the linebacker position, that's a shifty position though, right? Because you can be the edge rusher coming off the line, or you fall
Right.
back into coverage, and then you know what I mean, you playing linebacker, you playing outside linebacker position. So, but that speed, he's got speed, man, off that corner. Um, I
Yeah, they
don't
got Sonny
know.
Styles real quick. So they got Sonny Styles at 6.42 for prospect grade.
Hey, I'm Petey, aka Peter Pan. Turns out, adult's kinda
See,
awesome.
the way
Hold
I,
on,
I
hold
look
Triple
at
on.
it
A, I
is,
can workers with zero
Give me a
grown-up
second.
stress. Insurance, travel, roadside assistance. With Triple A, it pays to be a member.
Peter Pan. What do you say, Stan?
now I was saying the way I see it is the edge definition really encompasses the defensive ends and the line gap backers because now you have all these unique fronts. Like typically, an edge rusher would just be considered a position in a 3-4 defense, but now you have like 4-3 under, 4-3 over, 4-3 odd, where sometimes the ends
Mm-hmm.
they drop them in the coverage more. So I they must have changed this term like 4 or 5 years ago. But to encompass even those edge rushers that have a little bit more athleticism, some of those freaks of nature, Julius Peppers type of guys. Like Julius Peppers was
Right.
never in a
Like,
three
yeah.
four to begin with, but he was that type of guy even with the Panthers as a 4-3 end.
Right. Yeah, like a
Uh,
hybrid will linebacker type deal.
Demarcus Ware, Demarcus Ware could have been in a 4-3 and it would make a difference.
DeMarcus,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
DeMarcus
true.
Ware would have, if he played a 4-3, his hands was in the dirt. Because DeMarcus, first of all, DeMarcus Ware was huge.
Yeah, but he could also
Yeah,
His
drop
hands
into
was
the
definitely in the
coverage.
dirt.
Like in his younger years, he could also drop
Yeah,
into coverage. So it's like you could just, like LT, just place him in any defense. It don't matter. He an edge rusher. You know.
right. Bet. So, so with Sonny Styles, do you think this hurt? Well, Sonny Styles combine results, bro. I think it helped him because I thought he was going possibly within like the top 15, but now he's
Mm.
possibly going to top 12. Top 15 for me would have been great because he lands within the Cowboys spot at number 12. A lot of mock drafts have
Yeah.
him coming to the Cowboys. And we need a linebacker. But after that, I'm not even sure how he may go sooner. I'm looking at other mock drafts and stuff like that. They talking about he may go towards at 8 possibly to Cincinnati.
What's your draft capital like for Dallas? Like how many draft picks do you have and what rounds and what flexibility do you have?
Well, I know we don't have any for the second round. The most important team for me is the first, which is we have two, number 12 and number 20.
Okay. All right.
So
What about third round? Do you know?
so 12 like out. I don't know. I don't know about third round. I gotta look
I'm
again.
just I'm just asking in terms like
I got
obviously yeah, because you can move that to shift up positions in the draft. You might trade out of the 20 spot to get more 30. Like, there's a lot of different ways it could play out.
it could, but I think the way with how Jerry's speaking, I think we're going all in. Like even in free agency, but
Mm,
I'm not trying to get into the free agency just now. But it's just I
sure.
just know Well, depends on what happens in free agency will determine how it's going to affect our draft. But
Yeah.
in terms of with Sonny Styles being the beast that he is, um, like this definitely helps his draft stock. Like he's
Yeah.
definitely going higher. Like dude runs a 4.46 as a 6'5", 240-pound freak of nature. Like dude, guy's moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure, man. He definitely blew his draft stock up because he definitely wasn't going to get drafted that high coming out of college. He was decent. I mean, he's good. He's actually really good, but his draft stock wasn't that far up. And there's always a player or two that comes out of the combine that you know what I mean promotes their draft stock. But going off of Sonny Styles for a second, Stan, what about your quarterback that's gonna go to Vegas, bro? I don't go to the combine. I don't need to show off my arm. I'm too good already. I'm too smart.
Oh, he's fitting in already, man. That's the type of attitude we need in Vegas. It's tradition. Right? It's like
Yo,
they're gonna be
Vegas.
selling jerseys. You're gonna have all the Hispanic fans buying his jersey left and right. They're going to sell like hotcakes. You know that already, right? That's what they're already
Yeah, that's a
saying.
good point.
That's what they're already saying.
That's a good point.
Because you know how they get when he was in Oakland, and we travel. So Vegas is like, you remember the music video for California Love with Dre and all them?
Yeah.
That's what it's going to look like when he
Yeah.
pulls up in whatever car he going to pull up
Oh
to
man.
into Allegiant Stadium. Hey, he could pull up in a white horse like Ted Hendricks, man. It don't matter.
Do you, do you really think he's like that though? For him to do that?
I don't know. I don't know if he got. I don't know. But it all to Thomas' point. He already got the attitude to play with the Raiders. We built our reputation off of being degenerates. That's one of the reasons why I love the team.
Man, that's crazy. That's flat out insane, yo. I
Now, in
tell
all
you, man,
seriousness,
moving from Oakland to Vegas,
yeah, Uncle Al, man, Uncle Al gonna do what he
that's
want to
that
do, man.
that's not good.
He
It's not
Uncle
good,
Al
man.
gonna
That's
do
not
what
good.
he
They
want to do, man.
always,
We ran out of money, bro. That's what happened.
Uncle
We ran
Al.
out
yeah.
of escrow.
You
Everybody
ran
left
out of money.
Oakland. Yeah, well, look, the city of Oakland ran out of money. It's why the Golden State left their stadium. Why Oakland, the Raiders left, and the A's. I don't even know. They might be getting a new stadium. They might be the only team left in Oakland, actually. The A's, and
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
barely even exist.
yeah. Well, they nah. The A's is in Vegas now too. They moved. They just built a big badass stadium in
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah. I think that. Yeah, thanks for correcting me on that. Yeah, exactly. It's I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
Everybody just left because there's nothing there. It's a wasteland.
they just got
Um,
the Warriors. That's all they got. They got the Warriors,
yeah,
and they who knows what they're gonna do.
yeah. I mean, it's over for them,
So
but but yeah, I think that for the Raiders, we need a quarterback. It's just kind of we haven't had a quarterback since Rich Gannon back in 2002, 2003. So it's time.
so y'all so do you think Mendoza is a chosen one? He's
I
he's
gotta
the
see
guy.
more tape. I gotta see more tape. I know there's the big hype because of the championship game and all that, but I gotta really look at his tape to see what he's about. I'm not saying that he's not deserving to
Right.
be a top 10 prospect, but like I remember I have flashbacks of Jamarcus Russell. You know what I'm saying? I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
You
I just
said
gotta look.
Jamarcus Russell. Did you just say Jamarcus
Yeah.
Russell?
Yeah. He's a
Yes.
bum.
A
Yeah.
Jamarcus Russell reference though?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it pains me.
That's great,
To,
yo. I'm gonna tell you this right now. He's way smarter than Jamarcus Russell is.
that's good
So
to
you
hear.
at least
That's a
got
good
that. He's
start.
gonna watch tape.
It's a good
He's gonna
start.
watch tape.
Okay.
He's going
You're making
and
me
at
feel
least
better
he can
already.
he can talk. He can do a post game. He can do a post game interview. I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to deny him on that. He can do a post game interview. There's no question about it. But the fact is, this is the NFL. This is not college, and to make that transition is always a challenge, especially on first round draft picks, especially on them.
Facts.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
since we're talking about quarterbacks right now, freaking y'all feel about the freaking quarterback Taylor Green?
Ooh, that I was
Exactly.
just looking at
He
the
ran a
40
40.
time for
He
that
ran a.
dude. That was insane.
I mean, yeah, but how? But how is he with like
Yeah, I
How
know.
about his? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you fast. But what's the boy name? Troy Smith was also fast, but he couldn't freaking pass worth a lick.
That is true. Um, he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to. Where do you have him ranked at? I want to get your take on that.
With
Because that's a great point you just made.
me for
Yeah.
us amongst quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And before you go, I'm just going to talk. Because like I'm just looking at um the guy we were just talking about. So I'm not even. He wasn't even on my radar. Like the Eagles aren't going to get a
right.
quarterback. The Raiders kind of like have their mindset already. So what do you think about this guy?
I mean, I'd rather have Ty Simpson for real. For real. I'd rather have Mendoza. It's like Taylor Green. He's very athletic. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see how that equates to him being a passer of the football in the pros. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm, yeah,
Um,
there's that.
what's the dude? What's the quarterback for the Colts?
They
Before
don't,
Danny Dimes.
before Jalen for the Colts.
Yeah, he's always injured.
Oh, I mean,
Hold on.
oh
Right now,
Richardson, Anthony
Yeah,
Richardson.
Richardson. Yeah, like
Okay, I was about to say
Anthony
like,
Richardson.
okay,
I had high hopes for that man. You know what I'm saying? But
same.
for whatever reason, when it comes to like his decision making with passing the ball and things like that,
Woo.
it's very. I don't. I don't. He's getting a fair shot. You feel what I'm saying? But it's just not producing it. I think he needs more development. Now that might be the thing with Taylor Green. He may need to sit behind a seasoned veteran quarterback to really understand the game and stuff like that. And that may not even help him. But again, Taylor Green, he's a very you know athletic guy.
he's
I
not
like him
coming off the board
because of
till
what he's
about
been able to do.
late second round. I think he won't come off the board because you got to think about the teams that really need a quarterback, but what they need before that. I think the first round here is going to be a lot of defensive players coming off the board. A lot of people
Yeah, I
need.
think defense
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah,
yeah
yeah,
No, I think you make
yeah.
a
you
This
good
is a
know.
point because
defensive draft.
I'm looking at his profile right now, and um, he's rated as like a good backup, potential to be a starter. And the first thing on the weaknesses
Mm,
is disappointing passing
yep.
results when he gets outside the pocket, which would be that's actually kind of crazy
Yeah.
because for somebody with that speed, you would hope that would be your strength, going on the run, scrambling out like a Lamar Jackson, Mike Vick, any mobile quarterback you could think of. That's not a. We'll see, we'll see, but
That's all I can
post
say is
snap
we'll see.
recognition. Oh, zone
So, but
lookers. Yeah.
mm, yeah, I think I won't say I'm out, but it's a wait and see for me for Taylor Green. It's a
Yeah.
wait and see for me.
He needs a good situation where he
But
can
I think
have
he'll
like
get drafted.
yeah. I think he needs a good situation
I think
where
he'll get
you can
drafted.
have 1 or 2 years behind a starter to really develop his skills. Where there's no pressure on him to be a
Yeah.
starter
What do
right
you think
away.
is a good team? Where do you think that he should go?
Jaguars.
Tom, you said you
Jag
saw him going late second round.
Jaguars.
Jags? You think so?
Trevor Lawrence, I
What
like
you
him a
think, Tom?
lot, but
Trevor Lawrence is the future though. I mean, they're what one or two
They just
pieces
paid that
away.
man.
I don't know.
They just paid that man.
Yeah,
They
Trevor
I
just
Lawrence
paid
is
know.
that
their
man.
man.
So
I
why
know.
would
That
they?
I mean, the only like I said, if
Think
he
about it
was
this way.
if Taylor
Think
Green was to come off
okay.
the go ahead.
I was thinking about it more
Yeah.
so of I think Trevor Lawrence is on the cusp of being that guy. This is the first season where he really lived up to the expectations he had. He had a Heisman, if I'm not mistaken, correct, or definitely in the running in college. And I remember everybody tanking to try to get this dude the same way they tanked for Tua, the whole model and all that stuff. And there was talks last year about him possibly not being with the Jaguars. So he actually finally had that somewhat breakout season. The same thing happened with Carson Wentz. I know that the situation was slightly different, but they hoped that Carson Wentz would turn it back around and get back to MVP form, but they drafted Jalen Hurts just in case. Same thing with Donovan McNabb.
Right.
They got Kevin Cobb just in case McNabb didn't bounce back all the way from the knee injury. And if he did, then guess what? Kevin Cobb or the backup quarterback for your team that's drafted like this dude, they get traded for another first round down the line to a desperate team like the Vikings or something
Right.
like that. Or he could get drafted to the Vikings, and that could be his spot because you don't know how McCarthy's going to be. He looks like he's lost. He's lost out there.
Yeah.
So that could
Yeah.
be another landing
I
spot
mean,
for
I
him.
like. So yeah, I think I like McCarthy. Mainly because he's a Michigan Wolverine, so anyone that comes out of Michigan, I'm going to root for them by default.
Okay.
But I don't think when Sam Darnold was there, I don't think he was really in a space of I'm a mentor this kid, you know what I'm saying, so he could basically take my job. I'm trying to be the one. I'm trying to be that guy in Minnesota, which why he was kind of, felt kind of salty for not getting that, getting signed by them. But obviously it worked out for him because he became a Super Bowl champion with Seattle. But it's just that I think not Mike McCarthy, J.J. McCarthy needs more time to develop. So even with Taylor Green, maybe it could turn into situations where it's about, okay, best player wins the position. But do
Hmm.
you think Minnesota's actually in a position to like start over? I think they like keep on working with experiments. Well, I guess maybe so because that's the whole point of you're always trying to find a way to win. So I guess the experiment never stops. You know what I mean? So they're trying to find something that sticks.
That part.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely trying to find something that sticks, something that's going to go. But I mean, your top teams right now, quarterback is pretty a locked up position. I mean, unless you got an aging quarterback like my Rams do, you know what I mean? You got, but even with that, we still got porn star Jimmy to back him up if Stafford goes down this year. Porn star Jimmy.
Garoppolo?
Yeah, we still got porn star Jimmy.
What?
So yeah, we still got him. So we
I
still got
forgot
him.
about that dude.
Yeah, everybody forgot about him. Everybody forgot about him. He fell off into the sunset, but he's still here in LA. And so we're still gonna have to probably draft a backup to learn some things right now. But I mean, we gonna make one more run at it. We gotta just tighten up our defense. And that's gonna be huge. So we're definitely taking a either a safety or a corner first round. Because we're up at 13. We got two picks in the first round. I think we got
Right.
13 and somewhere in the 20s. So maybe like 27 or 26, somewhere down there. So that's what we're probably gonna do. I'd say we go defense, and then when maybe we go back up QB, or we go cornerback, safety, cornerback. It really depends on where the one safety coming out this year. He's got good draft stock too. Um, uh,
Caleb
Caleb,
Downs? Caleb
yeah,
Downs?
yeah. If Caleb
You're
Downs
not
somehow falls down, listen, you gotta hope. If Caleb Downs somehow falls down, or we trade up, we could trade up. You gotta think about that. We could
that's all
trade up.
that's the only way it's happening if you trade up. I
Yeah,
mean
if
trade
we
up to
trade
top
up,
five. Top
get
five trade
Caleb
up.
Downs, because that's why we didn't win a Super Bowl. That's 100% why we didn't win a Super Bowl this year. Is because we had no corner support. We had no corner
They get
support. We beat
speaking of
Seattle with corner support.
speaking of Caleb Downs, he's
Hmm.
definitely his grade. Well, if I go to overall, he's at 6.47, according to NFL.com, which
Hmm.
basically means that he's a
Yeah, he's going top
he will
six
become a
probably.
good start. He's a starter, but he's gonna become a good starter in 2 years. But
Hmm.
the Giants are picking him up. Harbaugh is going to get a safety because honestly,
I,
that's what the Cowboys need. The Cowboys need a safety, and because that's we stopped the run towards halfway through the season once we got Quentin Williams, but then teams were still killing us in the secondary. They were doing whatever they want in the secondary. So I was hoping for Caleb Downs as a safety because we got some aging guys over there. We got Malik Hooker, obviously Donovan Wilson, who's really a box safety. He sucks in coverage. Um, that's what I wanted, right? But with the way things are looking, I don't think we're gonna get either Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs.
Good.
Mm.
But Caleb Downs, he said good. But Caleb Downs, bro, like he that's who I ideally who I want.
So it's my question for both of you guys because the Cowboys are at pick 12, Rams are at pick 13,
Mhm.
and I see two guys on the board that make sense for both of you guys. Caleb Downs, if he somehow is, I see the Bengals being like a prime target for getting him. So that's one guy that both of your teams may be
For
jockeying
Caleb
for.
Downs.
Yeah. And
For
then
Downs, you said okay,
second guy would be Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of Toledo.
okay.
And that's somebody who's been mocked to the Rams. So I'm interested whether there may be a bidding war if both the Cowboys and the Rams are both interested in the safety and neither one of them has gone yet or they're both within reach.
Mm,
You
Mm.
might
okay.
be fighting
But
over
there is
Caleb
still
Downs.
Mansour
Yeah.
Delane out of LSU. Delane out of
Yeah.
LSU. He's
I
got a
know.
decent draft stock too.
The Dolphins.
Yep.
The Dolphins you have to watch out for.
Yeah.
They need
Yeah,
defense. They need
yeah,
everything, but they're really they
yeah.
need a cornerback bad. So you that's what I'm
They don't need
They
to
saying.
they
worry
might
about.
they might snipe us because that's what we were. Because I was thinking like the other night, like if we can get, I'll be cool. We got Sonny Styles at 12, but then after the combine, I'm like he may not be there at 12. So who's there? And I was like, damn, we do need a corner. Caleb Downs is gone, so Mansour Delane makes the most sense. But
Yeah.
to your point, Stan, what you just said, like the Dolphins need him, and so do we. So only way I hope Jerry trades up and do something because some of these players could fall, but I don't think Jerry's going to trade up.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could
And
have like a fifth or a sixth round pick, and then maybe you could jump up a spot if you wanted to get if you knew that the Dolphins were going to take a guy you wanted, you could one spot's not a big deal. Even from 12 to 11, like you
No,
could give a
it's not.
fifth and a seventh.
It's not. It's not a big deal. And speaking of Mansour Delane, overall at position wise, overall he's the second highest in prospect grade, right behind Arvell Reese.
yes,
Arvell Reese
absolutely.
7.4 and Mansour Delane at 6.8.
Yes,
Mm.
that's
And
what I mean.
all the reasons why I like Mansour Delane because he has good football instincts and he's very fluid out there, bro. Everything else, his weaknesses, like that can get coached. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like for example, they say he plays tall in space, limiting transition quickness at times, can be baited by clever route combinations in deep zone, aggressive hand use to redirect, which will bring flags. I mean, all those things they can coach up. Like, all right, dude, like get better at your craft. Like he has the physical talent to be there, but as
Hmm.
far as his craft wise, like I think he'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
on the
don't
NFL
know
site,
if
Go ahead, brother.
yeah. No,
yeah,
I
on
was
it.
just saying.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
don't know if he drops. Yeah, I don't know if he drops that far, but hopefully he does. I'm not concerned. The Dolphins need defense. The Dolphins need offense. The Dolphins need special teams. The Dolphins need everything.
I saw they
Um.
trying. Did they get rid of Mink Fitzpatrick? They need a lot. They're trying to.
They need everything.
They
So
clean their
let's just
house,
start
bro.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need everything. I mean, that's a struggling franchise. They tried to build it off of Tua, undersized, yo. From the beginning, I have no idea why they thought that was going to work, And then they go get the speedster, Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek ain't did shit except cause
Nah,
drama.
don't put it on Tyreek,
So
He
man.
was
That's Tua, man. Come on,
definitely.
he can't reach that boy with that throw. Let's be honest. Let's be honest
So
with ourselves.
so do you think? So if Tua's out, right? Which I think they're trying to shop around Tua, right? The trade, or that's what I think is what I saw. They're trying to trade Tua.
Good
yeah,
luck with
who's
So
going
that.
to take
they
him though?
maybe
Who
yeah.
taking?
Was who's the backup? What Ewers? Quinn Ewers, the guy from Texas 2 years ago or last year?
That's their
I
backup.
don't know.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, they need to start over because they don't have They don't have anybody worth doing anything. Trade the whole team, start over. Go NFL Madden franchise and try again.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So if I'm going by prospect grade, right? We talked about prospect grade, right? We talked about several teams. I mean, several players. Arvell Reese, who's number one, with a grade of 7.4. We just briefly talked about Mansour Delane, Sonny Styles, um, grade of 6.42. There's a lot of players above him, but how much more like weight do we put on prospect grades? You feel me? Because if you look at his athleticism, like he's number one in everything. You know what I mean? So
I think
he's
that
still going to be a great playmaker on defense.
I think with a lot of these prospects, um, we'll know more because now like people are getting slotted into what teams they'll go to based off the combine results, and then more so
Mm-hmm.
because then you'll know what scheme they may be heading into because it might be a scheme that doesn't fit them, and that could determine how successful they're going to be, even if they have all the measurables and so on and so forth. I'll give you a good
Right.
example. This is not from the draft, but Nnamdi Asomugha when he left the Oakland Raiders and he came to the Philadelphia
Mm-hmm.
Eagles, we were
Mm-hmm.
stupid enough to employ him as a zone cover corner when he's a man corner. He's a man press corner. And I know he got cooked in his seasons with the Eagles, but from my eyes, I saw plenty of high level play left in him. And he had moments when they actually deployed him, like following guys in man coverage. He actually looked pretty good. And then when they put him in zone, he looked like he didn't
Right.
know what he was doing. But so like it'll really depend on where some of these guys land. Some guys, it won't matter where they go; they'll just be too good. It will be irrelevant. But a lot of these guys, they really going to be dependent on what scheme they go into.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think type of scheme, far as like Mansour Delane, what do you think is best for him? Or
I think he
actually,
might. Yeah.
based on who do you know? But based on who
I
do you
just
know,
know a
like for
few
sure.
guys, but just and Mansour Delane a little bit. I think he's the type of guy, and I'll have to look more into it. But he se- he seems like the type of guy where he'll translate regardless. And the comparison they have for him is Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon can
Exactly.
play man
Come
zone,
on.
doesn't matter. So yeah,
Come
that's
on.
why I don't want
Come
him.
on.
That's why I don't want
Come
Yeah,
y'all
on,
to have him.
Cowboys.
yeah,
I don't
Yeah.
want
yeah.
him to. I don't want y'all to have him.
Everything. It's so crazy you said Quinyon Mitchell because like everything is aligned up. Like you do realize who we got as our defensive coordinator, right? The one who
Yeah,
made Quinyon Mitchell into an All Pro. We got the boy Christian Parker. Yeah, come.
he didn't make Quinyon an All Pro.
Nah,
Quinyon is he, he's an All
He
Pro.
made him All Pro. In the nah, he made him.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to my draft episode from my podcast a couple years ago, and I said as soon as I saw it, I said, the dude that went to the Lions, Arnold. I'm like, yeah, he cool. They're talking about him like he can't touch this dude Quinyon. It's obvious. like like I didn't
Yeah.
even have to think twice about it. Him and Cooper DeJean. I mentioned those two. I'm like, these two are clearly
Yeah.
better than anybody in the draft, even the ones rated above
Right.
them.
But
So I
listen,
mean, like,
Christian Parker has done a
I don't
lot.
know if Christian Parker. I'm not saying that he's going to be bad or anything, but wait till training camp is done first.
Fair.
At least wait
That's
till
fair.
training camp, because
that's
Quinyon
a
he was
fair.
going to be
Yeah.
he was going to be ridiculous regardless of who was coach. But that doesn't mean that your guy ain't going to be. Look, I
Debatable.
don't want nothing good happening for y'all. I mean, you already got a really good cornerback
I know.
coach. Yeah, you got a great secondary coach.
Yeah, the
I
boy
think if
from
you get this
the
dude,
dude from the
I think if you get this
Cardinals.
guy, it won't matter. If you get Delane, it won't matter.
Yeah.
And then maybe him and
I mean,
this
it won't matter
quarterback.
because they don't win. You know, they not a winning franchise, man. They don't win.
Listen,
You
we're
know,
talking
they
about
could
the
get everybody.
yo.
They could get everybody on the board. Everybody. They could. You know what? They could draft one
There we
through
go.
one
Talk about
through
Now we're getting to the
31
truth. Now we're
players
getting to
off
the
the
truth.
board. Right. One through one, the whole draft
y'all
board.
just want
Send them all
to
to
aggravate
Dallas.
me right
Watch
now.
them still go 7-10 on the season. It don't matter.
Bro, we talking about the combine, dog.
Well, I'm just
Okay, all right.
listen. I held it back.
Listen.
You know how hard it was for me to hold it back on your intro when you said I got this Dallas hat and I got the words Dallas upside down, and that's when my quarterback. I don't even want to mention his name because Dak is trash. When I got it upside down, yes, I got it upside down on my
Are you
hat
serious?
because Dak needed
Dak
more
is
money.
trash.
Because Dak needed more money. Listen. They should have not gave Dak the money. They would have gone farther with Tua as their quarterback. This is a crazy take. Guess what? Tua with Dallas's line. First of all, Dallas has had an exceptional line for a couple years, and Dak still can't get the job done.
Stan, he's an anarchist. He just
Oh
wanted
my
to he just wanted
gosh!
to fight. He just wanted
Listen,
to fight.
I
We're
held
talking
I
about
held
the
it
No,
back
no,
combine.
so
no, no,
long.
no, no,
You
We
no,
got
want to
no,
so
fight.
far into
no,
this
no.
conversation.
Tom is talking so I don't have to. He's talking so I don't have to. He's speaking for me.
Now you don't
Yeah.
want to talk. Y'all was interrupting each other. Now you okay? All right.
We can always find
Anyway.
common
Listen,
ground
I
on the
held it back.
Cowboys. It
I'm
don't
gonna
matter.
digress though. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm gonna stop.
You gonna
Listen, that's all I got to
redigress.
say. That's all I got to say about Cowboys.
Well,
We
no,
good.
all
We
right,
good.
all right, listen. That hat on your head needs to come off right now. You've been a 49ers fan your entire life. You moved to LA, you're a freaking Rams fan. When you moved to LA, they were still in St. Louis.
Listen. And
They were
just because I
still in
do,
St. Louis. When you
listen,
moved to LA, they were
Oh
still. No, don't listen.
man. Oh man.
listen.
Chargers fan.
Oh
You make
man.
me. I,
Okay, go ahead.
they
Go
were
ahead.
talking sports. I'm actually just listen.
Go
We're
ahead.
talking sports, and
You
I
can't even
push
get it out.
myself
You
aside.
can't even get it out.
I'm gonna get it out. I push my opinions aside to let you talk, so we can have a professional first episode of Jack of All Trades. That's what I decided to do. But you had to put on the boxing gloves. Listen, you don't want to hold him back. I hold him back myself. I really want you to burn the hat. That's what I really want you to do.
Listen. I knew we was
I
talking about
want
the
you to burn the
combine
hat.
today. I knew we
You
was talking
are
NFL
front.
today. I knew we was talking
This
I'm
NFL
guy.
today.
glad we got here.
I
I'm
put
glad
on
we
the
finally
watch
got
too.
here.
I got
This
the
is good.
watch. I got the watch on too. I got the watch on too, just because I knew we was talking football today. I was like, you know what? I'm
Freaking
putting on
Rams.
all my Rams gear. We talking football today. I'm gonna try to hold back until you say something crazy. You said something crazy in
Every
the
time this
intro. In the
guy
intro, you
wears
didn't even
something.
hold back. Nobody said anything about their football teams.
I didn't say
You
anything
got
crazy.
you got in the intro. You got in the intro and started talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
Bro,
Why?
you went on crazy wearing that Rams hat. You've been a Niners
What?
fan all your life. You went to the ops. That's like me putting on an Eagles hat or a Giants hat or a Commanders hat. You were out of pocket, my friend. Like, what are you talking about? Knock
Listen,
it off. You got
what
a
I'm
Rams hat
saying.
on. You've been a
Listen.
Niners fan your entire life. You moved to LA. You traded in the Phillies red for Dodgers blue. You were crazy. I remember 2008.
This,
You went to
that's a
the parade.
oh man.
You went
That's
to
a
the
violation.
parade. He went to the parade. He was one of the main dudes sliding down the light poles. They greased the light poles during championships because of him. Because of him. That's why they greased the light poles, because Thomas Warner went down the Broad Street and was sliding down poles. Pause.
Big pause, man.
That's crazy. Listen,
Let me get my
all I'm saying is
pause it at this point. We're gonna clip it up. I need to get my charger, man.
yo, what is happening right now? What is happening?
Started it, bro. You started it.
You started it. You put on the Dallas hat today. You wore it upside down, and then you made references to Dak Prescott in the first 5 minutes of the conversation. That's crazy. That's insane. Listen, I'm with winning franchises. That's what I do. That's what I do. I win. I'm with winning franchises the whole time.
You win what? You win what?
Super Bowls.
Yep.
World Series championships. I'm gonna just put that right. World Series championships,
gosh,
Super Bowls. You know what I mean? What else?
He flipped.
This is blasphemy.
Stan, he flipped, bro.
This is blasphemy, Tom. This is
He
blasphemy.
flipped.
I'm not gonna lie.
He flipped.
That's pretty bad, man.
He flipped.
Listen, the Phillies.
You
The
did.
Phillies. The Phillies.
You
win.
did,
man.
I'm gonna let you get your. I'm gonna let you get your I'm gonna get your rocks off, you know what I'm saying? I'll let you have your opinion, you know what I'm saying?
Pause.
Despite how I
Yo, listen. What I'm trying to tell you is this, right? That every single team, right? Whether I'm a Niners fan, whether I'm a Rams fan, whether I'm a Phillies fan, whether I'm a Dodgers fan, whether I'm, you know what I mean? I'm still a Sixers fan. That's the only team I root for that's been
Bro,
historically trash. Every other team I got has won way more than Dallas has ever had in these past 30 years. So you gotta stop it.
okay.
Knock it off, bro. Knock it
You just
off.
want to fight. You just
Knock
want
it
to fight.
off.
I'm talking about the
Knock.
combine. I
Well, we
can't,
back to.
bro. I can't.
I wanted to go back
Listen,
to the
listen,
combine.
listen, listen,
You was up here
listen,
talking
listen,
about
listen, listen.
they greasing poles in Philly.
You just became a
Pause.
Rams fan. You
Yeah.
just became a Rams fan. Everything you saying right now, I'm throwing out the. It doesn't matter no more because your loyalty is not, you can't be loyal. You're not loyal. You're not
Oh
loyal.
man,
You've been a Niners fan.
you gotta say
Since I've
something,
known you,
Thomas.
brother,
You gotta
you've
say
been a
something, man.
Niners fan.
I'm wait till he
Gotta say
finish.
At
I'm
this
something,
wait
point
till he
right now,
finish.
we got to switch topics because when it comes to
No, I'm
football,
wait
when
till
it
he
comes, I
finish.
don't even care about.
Your,
Listen,
your,
it's over. I'm not.
your,
I'm not talking about the NFL no more.
your
I
loyalty.
can't talk about the NFL no more.
Your loyalty has gotten you 0 championships in the past 30 years. That's where your
It's
loyalty's
fine.
got. That's where your
It's
loyalty's
fine, bro.
got. That's
It's fine.
where Jerry's
Wait,
got you.
wait.
Jerry's got you nowhere.
And flip flopping has got you once
Championships.
more. Flip flopping got you one.
Championships.
Champion got you one. Got you. Oh, sorry, my
Championships.
bad. The World Series. Yeah, the World Series.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's
You went
that's
from
two.
Philly.
That's two.
You
That's
went from
back
the
to back.
Phillies. You don't have to. They had to. You're a Phillies fan.
No, first of all, I got one sitting right next to me right now. Just go ahead and hoist it up. Secondly, you
Stan,
know what
where
I
you
mean?
at, bro?
It's championships.
I'm here.
Stan walked
still
away because he
connected?
was tired of
Okay.
hearing you talk about the Cowboys. He was tired of hearing you talk about the Cowboys, so he's walked away. Stan just
wasn't talking
don't
about
even
the
want to talk
Cowboys.
anymore.
You brought it up. All right. Anyway, listen. This guy got me so frustrated right now, dog.
Yo.
Anyway.
Yeah, come on. Let's move on. Let's talk about Pacquiao and Mayweather, man. Let's go.
Listen, that is next on the agenda. We really didn't dive in too much for the combine, but I mean, it's cool. We talk about the people who
we
need to
can keep
talk
talking about the combine. Who else you want? Who else you want to take off the board?
No. Since you want to fight, let's talk about fighting. So we're gonna go on to Mayweather and Pacquiao. That's what we're gonna do.
Let's go.
We can talk about since you want to fight. We're gonna talk about fighting.
Yeah, we'll get back to the combine because USC got some wide receivers that was doing their thing too. But we'll talk.
I got you.
Yeah, we got you.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do this without the microphone right now because I did my phone's about to die. But so I'm just gonna keep it. Keep talking through my phone. So if I cut out, just know that my phone died. Okay.
Got you.
And I'll get back on another phone if I can. Yeah.
All right, bet. So since we started fighting, we're gonna go transition to the next topic, which is Manny versus Pacquiao. Manny versus Pacquiao. Mayweather versus Pacquiao.
Listen, you can't even get it together.
Verse 2.
Your team is trash.
Go ahead. Verse 2. Why do you want to keep on fighting, bro? I'm moving past that.
Yeah, we good. I'm done.
It's not
I
worth.
digress.
It's really not.
I digress.
I'm out. I really don't. It's not worth my energy to be going on about this because my friend, have flip flopped and jumped from bandwagon to bandwagon. I can't argue with you.
It's a beautiful Sunday, and all I'm here to talk about. We talk about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather fight. That's all. That's what we talk about.
Anyway, yo, I've been a fan of Manny Pacquiao since he was a featherweight, bro. I've been a fan of Manny Pacquiao when he was fighting Eric Morales. He was fighting Eric Morales, all them light featherweight guys, Mexican dudes, and it was just like entertainment. This is when middleweights and light heavyweights was like real popular and things like that. But it's something about those fights with the featherweight class, bro. They put it all on the line, bro. Marco Barrera, Eric Morales, like they fought like 3 times each. Was that Eric Morales versus Marco Barrera?
More or less. They I think Barrera was like 2 times and Morales was 3, something like that.
So point of the matter, they didn't duck smoke, right? Now I like Mayweather and his craftsmanship, what he could do as a boxer, but I wish the first Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather fight would have been a lot sooner than what they did. And now they're doing it way after the fact. I have no interest in this fight. I don't care about the fight. Pacquiao's probably gonna lose. Matter of fact, he is gonna lose. Pacquiao's gonna lose, and Mayweather is gonna basically just stretch his undefeated record by being selective. But I think this time, like all these fights right now, I think I gotta blame what's his name? Logan Paul, or Jake Paul, Jake Paul,
Jake,
Jake
Jake Paul.
Paul. Yeah.
All these exhibition fights just for the sake of fighting and not having really anything to brag for other than I fought is annoying. And that's why I feel this was his right now. This is just an exhibition match to get paid and get your money. But I have no interest in
yeah,
the fight at all.
yeah, me either. This is what boxing has become. What else? What else is there for me to say? Is it was a time where fights like these would be just considered exhibitions, and you would have some people show interest, but you wouldn't. Millions of people are going to tune in. It just wouldn't have been like that before.
Right.
Like when I think when Muhammad Ali was fighting Lyle Alzada, who was a defensive player for the Raiders back
Mm-hmm.
in the 70s or early 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, people tuned in, but they were under no illusions like this was actually going to be a viable fight. Like,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, he was a football player versus a boxer, but like even at that time, Muhammad Ali, like he was starting to have the Parkinson's like symptoms if he wasn't already starting to develop them, and even if he didn't, certainly wasn't the fighter that he was pre Vietnam. So like people kind of knew like, all right, this is just Muhammad Ali. We're getting to see him still fighting, but like they weren't acting like, oh, if Lala Alzada wins, that he's the best boxer in the world and he should be campaigning to fight other boxers. Like it wouldn't have happened like that.
Mm.
And now we're in this circus world where you either have guys that are afraid to fight each other, which you kind of alluded to already, or you have guys that are influencers getting fights they should never get because they have enough clout and money to do
Mm.
so. And we had to have this we have Manny Pacquiao, who I didn't even want to see him fight um, Mario Barrios, who
Mm.
just lost to Ryan Garcia. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't even want to see that, and it's like, okay, it was good for what it was, but I don't want to see you campaigning at welterweight. And then Floyd Mayweather is like, I hope he's not broke, but I was just looking at a documentary on Sugar Ray Robinson, and Sugar Ray Robinson had all these businesses and endorsement deals and everything, and even he had to come back to fight because he had financial issues.
Mm.
So it's like we know Floyd's spending habits,
Oh yeah, he's
and even if
he's
he's
a
not broke, you still have to keep up that lifestyle.
he's a gambler
You're either going to have some big event to make money at some point,
for sure.
which is so if he didn't get this fight, then he was going to be suing was it Showtime? Forgot who he's suing,
Mm-hmm.
but he's suing for damages.
Yeah, he
It's
was
like
soon. Yep.
it just seems to be a red flag that his lifestyle is not at least being able to be sustained unless he brings in some money quickly. So we'll see.
What you got, Tom?
Man, I mean, 250-year-old guys in a boxing ring. It's just it's tough to watch, man. It's tough to watch. Cause you're gonna watch two men that are both a shell of what they used to be. So they're not as fast. We all know Floyd gonna go in there and do the you know what I mean, the Philadelphia shell, the shoulder roll for most of the
Do the
fight.
dance.
It's gonna
Do the
it's gonna be a
dance.
and dance. It's gonna be an unexciting fight, right? So the promotion is gonna be way more exciting based off the nostalgia of these two fighters than actually what it'll be.
Mm.
And they'll go in there and they're just trying to make a buck. I forget where is this fight in is it overseas or are they fighting here in the
No,
states?
they're fighting in the Spear in Las Vegas, so it's going to
Okay,
be a
they're
big
fighting in the
venue.
sphere. Okay, all right. That's
Yeah,
well, at least that's that'll be another draw, and it's about making money now for these guys.
That's what it
Uh,
is.
unfortunately, the sport of boxing is dying from that perspective of the the talent that fights each other. The last fight that we had that we were excited about, and it was truthfully a boxing fight, was TC and Canelo, and that was an
Yeah,
exceptional
but yeah,
from a fight fan perspective. That was the fight of dreams. They both fighting in you know what I mean their prime. Some people say Canelo's a little past his prime. Somehow the man is early 30s. Somehow he's past his prime, but You have
Isn't
that.
Bud older than Canelo?
Yeah, Bud is
He
like
is.
36, 37, if I'm not mistaken.
Buzz 38. Bud is
38.
38.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
Canelo's been fighting since he was 15. So
correct,
Okay,
he
I see
has
correct.
what you're
city
saying.
miles.
Okay, all right,
City
yeah,
miles.
So
that's
you
fair.
got guys who are, still in the prime of their fight, right? And
Hmm.
Yeah.
after that fight, TC calls it a wrap. So you got one of the biggest names in boxing just retired, just quit, right? So I mean, Floyd's camp, Pacquiao's camp, it's a perfect time to get some money because you don't have any huge fights coming up in recent, you know what I mean, in your recent time. So let's go get some money. And that is what it is. It's all a money grab. And then with UFC taking over everything, getting a deal with Paramount, you know what I mean? So now everybody can watch UFC. They're just gonna gain more fans. Boxing needs to figure out, not only does boxing need to figure out their how they do their with the titles. A lot of these guys having to pay to hold their titles, and they tried to make boxing more exciting with the consistency of the fighters, trying to make them stay active in the ring, have to fight 3 months with the different leagues, the WBC, the WBO, and it's still not working. It's just not working. The fight game ain't working. There's too many hands in the pot. Everybody just want to make
Hmm.
money.
Hmm.
It's just not. It's just not a
So
fight that. It's just not a fight that fight fans want to see. It's a fight to make money, and people who don't care about boxing or just watch it as leisure, you know what I mean, a leisure sport, whatever, something to do on a Saturday night, you know what I mean, it's in Vegas, put your mink on, put your sunglasses on, show up big time, all your rappers, athletes, actors, etc. It's something to do. It's a good show.
Yeah,
But from a fight
yeah.
fan perspective, it's tough to watch.
I mean, like to your point, that's what it is. Money is the motivator here. Now, I'm not saying not to get paid. You definitely should get paid, especially if you're going to get punched on. Get paid. You know what I'm saying? Or do the punching, get paid. But to your point, like it's not about it's not about ego anymore. Like I'm the best fighter. You know what I'm saying? I need that early '80s, late '70s type bravado. Like so I'm gonna beat the brakes off you because I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, you're not. Okay, let's settle in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran. Bro, you ever saw that movie about Roberto Duran? What was it called?
Hands of Stone.
Hands of Stone. That was a good movie, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that shows you right there, like it was all about for him, it was he had a lot more than just being the best. He had Panama on his back.
Hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
So
And
I have a
and my
question.
and Muhammad
I have
Ali,
a question
go
for
ahead.
both of y'all.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but um, kind of to that point, I wanted to ask, what do you think the market is domestically in the U.S. versus globally? Because I think globally boxing is actually huge, but here domestically, is at an afterthought. Kind of to your point, but you have guys like Naoya Inoue from Japan
Mm,
and
Hmm.
Junto Nakatani. Like they fight, the whole nation watches, and same thing with Alexander Usyk. Same thing with David Benavidez. These are not necessarily big names in the states, but like when they get on the platform with the Ring magazine,
mm,
it's different. It seems like Turkey Al Sheik and that promotion, and Dana White is part of that promotion as a co-promoter now.
Hmm.
They have made people start tuning in because, like I'm telling you, people would not have been looking at that Ryan Garcia fight the same way without the promotion of the ring behind him.
right.
Like Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios does not sell. He's not selling out any venues or many tickets, but just because they had not just Ryan Garcia, but because they had Turkey Al Sheik, who has, I mean, they have billions of dollars. They're willing to take losses in order to build it up over the long term, which a lot of promoters they don't. And part of the issue coming in is they're starting to gain so much traction that they're now starting to want to run things like they do in the UFC. Like they're starting to get enough leverage and enough eyes where they're like, okay, once we're starting to recoup money, now we can start to really, we'll pay you, but you got to give exciting fights. And if you don't give exciting fights, they'll be your last time fighting. It wasn't
Mm,
like that 5 years ago.
right.
If Floyd Mayweather or Canelo Alvarez, if Floyd Mayweather was still active now, he would be able to. somewhat run his game, but it would be 1,000 times harder because Canelo was like Floyd 2.0 in terms of like kind of being selective with his opponents. After Floyd retired, he passed the baton to Canelo, and
Mm-hmm.
Canelo started doing that. But he wasn't able to start doing that towards the back end, which is when guys typically get to really choose who they want to fight. As soon as he signed with the Ring and Turkey Allah Sheik, he had his face killers again. He couldn't be doing catch weights and fighting guys like Jaime Munguia anymore. They say, okay, you get one Jaime Munguia. Then after that, you got to face Benavidez or Crawford. It wasn't going to be no ducking or dodging. Whereas, Floyd at the end, you're fighting Andre Berto instead of Kell Brook when Kell
Right.
Brook was in his prime.
Right.
Or
Right.
Manny
Right.
Pacquiao, you're fighting Keith Thurman, who's coming off of hand surgeries
Right.
versus like Earl Spence
Right.
or Sean Porter, right? So
Yep.
I think that boxing is having a resurgence more on a global scale. But the second part of the question would be for Thomas. What do you think guys like Ryan Garcia, you know, he wins the fight and then he's getting 20 million views on social media, right? The eyes are on boxing. Like if Shakur Stevenson getting the win, nobody even cared about Shakur before because they said he was boring. Then everybody's like seeing him pop up with Bud Crawford everywhere now, right? People who did not know who Shakur was now know his name, and I never thought I would ever see that day. So, do you think that it's changing? And then, secondly, do you think that the fighters are going to lose leverage against the promoters with Dana White stepping into this? Because they're already talking about the Ali Act possibly being violated.
Well, this is what I will say. Social media doesn't equate to boxing dollars. So the first part of the question, yeah, these guys, Ryan Garcia gets up there. He's very, you know what I mean. He's a show off. He always has been. He's a show off. He gets up there on social media, hops in there with Krishan Rock. You know what I mean, hitting him in the chest and all that, blue face and everybody, stuff like that. So it's exciting for a 30-second clip, or even a minute and a half. You know what I mean? To watch that real fast and get him some views, some likes, maybe some endorsement dollars. But that doesn't do anything for the sport of boxing. That doesn't equate for a person to watch Shakur Stevenson, which is a great fighter, excellent fighter, extremely boring. Okay. So that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't equate to people actually tuning in and wanting to watch these fights on pay-per-view. They're not accessible anyway. So it's not like, unless you're going to a bar, unless you're going to a fight party at somebody's house, nobody's going to tune in and pay $100 to watch any of these fights at the house. So it doesn't really equate to getting more people liking the sport of boxing at all. The first part of the question. The second part of the question, with boxing going overseas, boxing has always been an international sport. You know what I mean? That's why it's in the Olympics. It's always been an
Mm-hmm.
international game. The thing is
Yep.
now with the sheiks, the UAE and everything, them taking over multiple sports because they got big money, big dollars. They're taking those sports, but even a lot of times they're taking losses on these fights. But they're doing it just because they love the sport and they got billions and billions of dollars. But that doesn't
They
mean
got they
that
got
I think
money. They got
they got
money
money,
now.
money. They got money, 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 money. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if that's bringing more light or more resurgence to the sport uh, uh, in the states. Globally, I think the sport has always been big time. I mean, since you know what I mean, the rumble in the
It's
jungle
like
and and,
soccer
and, and fights correct. So it's always been big time and
and baseball.
overseas. I
Yeah.
mean, you watch players here that can't make $1 million in the NBA, they go over to Turkey or they go over to another country and they getting a $10 million check. So it's always going to be that situation. But the sport of
So
boxing
my
and
questions
the
for you is how is it any different than soccer then? Because nobody gives a damn about soccer over here, but globally, they don't always they get paid globally, right? And
Mhm,
obviously, like they're more people grow up in other countries only playing football, excuse me, like
mhm.
actual football. But how is that terribly different from what's going on with boxing? Because don't get it twisted. They already said we're here to recoup our money. We're just cool with losing some on the front end, but they they see potential in it. Otherwise, they wouldn't have hopped into out beyond just the love of boxing. Like there had to be, they had to think that okay, if we actually get the guys fighting that people want to see, then eventually 5, 10 years from now, we'll recoup our losses and start to make a profit. Because I'll go back again. Shakur Stevenson, I talk to people. If you notice post pandemic, if you go to any LA Fitness, at least on the East Coast, everybody's all of a sudden trying to be a boxer. Everybody online is posting up how to do a right 1-2 combo like they're experts. Some are experts, some are not. But it was not like that pre-pandemic. Everybody was in their houses watching boxing along with UFC in a way that they weren't before. Because I thought boxing was dying for the same reason you're talking about. And now you have guys that are eccentric with their bravado and whatnot, and they're fighting each other. Like they're not just talking about, hey, I want to talk, I want to fight this person, and they're not. No, we're seeing the fights. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, Alexander Usyk. Nobody cared about him before, and then all of a sudden everybody's tuning in because of platforms like the Zone. So not all these fights are pay per view. Some of these fights are high level fights, and all you have to do is pay $20 a month, and you get
For
like
Netflix.
three or four fights, and then one pay per view you got to pay for. It's like that's way different. So now it's an incentive to want to buy a big fight because you're like, hey, I already got 5, 6 bangers already buying this pay per view. That's just, it averages out to like $20 or $30 a fight. A lot of people are doing that now. And then when you turn on Instagram, now you see the news feeds filled up with boxing in a way that 5 years ago you didn't see the Red magazine on Instagram or TikTok. Like it was irrelevant. I mean, it was only relevant for like boxing hardcore fans, not for the casuals. Now, like I talked to my boy and he's like, "Oh, when's Shakur Stevenson fighting next? When's anyway fighting next?" Like he didn't care about boxing last year. So that's kind of like why I'm kind of circling the block back, because I think that's why Dana White got into it, because he sees it too. Before, he didn't see it, even though he was a boxing fan. It was more lucrative just to stay in UFC. And now, if I was Dana White, I'm seeing all the big fights happening and all the eyes turn into boxing. Yeah, I would have jumped into a collaboration with Turkey Al Sheik too. I'm like, oh, I ain't got to
Yeah,
front my own money, and he's bringing in the best fights. Yeah,
yeah.
and
Turkey
people
Al
watch.
Turkey Al Sheik is about that money, but the thing that
Yeah.
really goes into it, those people that was in LA Fitness and doing, you know what I mean, working on their punches and shit during the pandemic, they was bored. They was just flat out bored. They ain't had nothing else to do. They just went to LA
Right.
Fitness
Yeah,
just
but
to
it
just to
retained
punch in
them
the
though.
punching bags.
But now they're here now. They didn't all leave. That's the point.
Right.
Yeah, some people. I mean, some people. But you know, the East Coast is cold over there, so you gotta be indoors. You gotta do something. Y'all gotta figure something out. It's 80 degrees and sunny
You're
here.
right about
Ain't
that.
nobody in the gym punching at no punching bag right now.
I know
Uh,
you're on the beach. I
yeah,
get it.
we on the beach. Ain't nobody out there maybe doing some Taibo or something, Billy Blanks or something. I don't know what they
See,
doing out
but
there,
that's
but
not a good example. Y'all show up to the Lakers game at halftime. Like, listen.
that's not true. Hold on. I'm not a Lakers fan. I want to put this on wax because Jamal's sitting over there. He ready to
You
come
might
at me.
as
He ready
well
to come for
be.
me. He
You
ready to
might
come
as
for
well
me.
be.
He's sitting over there. I
Bro, if
seen
you
it in his
be
face. He ready to come for me. Yo, not a Lakers fan, right? And these people are
bro,
very
if you was a
passionate.
Lakers fan,
They
you
they
won't be on this
passionate.
podcast.
They they passionate. They passionate. Yo, this is crazy. They passionate about their sports out here. I will give them that. Yo, they're very passionate, especially about their Lakers. You know me. I can't stand to watch a Lakers game at all. Being a diehard Sixers fan, I could care less about what the Lakers do at any point in time. And watching LeBron steal their money is a pure joy to me. But as going on boxing though, with that is that Dana White, Dana White only care about the money too at this point. All this stuff is a money grab out of boxing. Nobody has true passion about caring about the sport and the longevity of it. They don't care. That's been the hugest problem from the beginning. You know, so they
Yeah.
don't care about that, man.
My
They
man
and Turk,
Stan.
yeah, I know Stan going and we was
He
having
said
a
his
good
battery
conversation.
died. I
Oh
know, I
man,
know, I know.
oh man,
But
that's tough. I wait till you get back to finish that conversation because it's a good conversation about the
for
about
sure.
boxing.
I mean, but listen, but to your point, I really think it's down to like there's no pride in boxing in the art of boxing no more. Maybe a
Hmm.
few people, at least in the U.S. anyway. Um, they have pride in their money and stuff like that, but it's about pride. Who's
Yeah,
the best? I want to be the best,
yeah,
and internationally, it's like that.
yeah. It's
You
still
ask
like that,
Japanese
right?
boxers, like I'm the best. I'm the best Japanese boxer in the world. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
there's this anime that I watched called I think it's called Ippo, right?
Hajime no Ippo.
But, yeah, exactly. Hajime no Ippo, right? So basically, he's based in Japan, right? There's a I think he's a light heavyweight boxer. I forget his name, and then I think he's a lightweight. But basically, Japan's boxing is so they're not internationally known yet. They feel as though the Japanese boxers are weak and stuff like that. They're small, blah 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 blah. But at least the hot light heavyweight, he's making it a priority for him to be known internationally, and he just goes to these different countries and stuff like that. He's not even the main character. He's one of them, but he fights for Japan. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? He fights
Hmm.
because he wants to be the best. And I think
Yeah,
that's what's missing in U.S. boxing.
yeah.
You
Still
gotta
country
fight to
pride.
be the
Yeah,
best.
yeah,
Um, And at one point, I think it was in the early 2000s, because I remember when Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather were younger, you're fighting Ricky Hatton, all these British
yeah.
boxers and
Roy
stuff like
Jones,
that.
Roy Jones Jr., all them guys, man. They
Roy
they
Jones,
had
yeah,
pride.
like that was like for me, that was like, oh man, what a time to watch boxing. You know what I'm
Huh.
saying? Winky Wright, all them guys. You know what I'm saying? Like it was. If you ever played Fight Night, oh my gosh, like they had everyone on there.
Hmm.
But that's what I think needs to happen. Like screw the politics. I say who's a better winner, who's a better
It's
fighter.
not.
That's
It's
for me. That's the simple for me.
it's never gonna go back to that, man. It's if you ever notice, things circle back, but when they circle back, they never circle back exactly the
It's
same.
short lived.
And when
It's
yeah,
short
it
lived
is
too.
short lived. It's short lived. And with
I
boxing,
thought I had a chance with Tank. I thought we had a chance with Tank when he came
you
on the scene.
know, Gervonta can't
Yeah.
stay out of trouble. So there's
Nah,
always
he
that.
can't.
Yeah.
You get these get boxers, these high class, high level guys, but they make their money off beating people up. So anytime some trouble arises, them hands they're gonna let them hands go. They're gonna let them hands
Right,
go. So it's hard to keep a boxer in check to not do what he do when trouble arises. And
right.
then to go back
Facts.
to what Stan was talking about, the international fight game is thriving. There's a lot of other international sports, just like soccer, um, even baseball has blown up internationally, really. Whereas you go to Dodger Stadium and everybody from Japan is in there. It looks like Tokyo when you go to
Yeah,
these
Yeah.
games. So
yeah.
the
Yeah, it's
the
different. It's
international
different now, yeah.
international sports scene is amazing. It's popping. It's blowing up. But I'm gonna be real with you. I'm an American. I want to see American sports thrive. So having to watch a fight at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's not for me. That don't get me hype. I don't care. You got all these
Mm,
international fighters, and I'm gonna watch it on YouTube. I'm gonna go back and watch the fight on YouTube, later on or whenever. But I like to watch sports real, live, and in color, bro. I don't like to watch the replay of anything. So it's tough for me when it comes to sports anyway. It's hard for me to go back and watch a
right.
fight I already know the ending
Yeah.
to.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree
Do
with
you
that.
think that that's just a regional thing for you more so? Or do you think that's more of a country thing for US in general? Because like a
I
lot of
think it's a
times
country thing for the U.
okay.
Because think about it. When the fights go off out here, right? When they fighting in Vegas, they fighting 7 o'clock in the evening. Y'all up at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. Y'all don't care. And in the same regard, even if
Yeah.
they fighting on the East Coast is still gonna put the fight on 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's only midnight here. So it's or you know what I mean? So it's all good. It's all good. It doesn't I don't trip on that. But when you got a fight that's 3 o'clock in the morning in another country and you got to get a live stream on your phone somewhere and it's choppy, you don't want to watch that, bro. You don't. That don't get you excited, and that damn sure don't get somebody going to a bar. You know what I mean? That don't get the casual fan. Casual fan don't give a damn about no fight at 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's tough, man. It's tough for the states,
At
bro.
all.
No, I can hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Fellas, this is it, bro. Episode 1. Episode 1. How y'all
Nah,
feel?
it was excellent, man.
I feel like we talked about a lot of good stuff, man. Like NFL Combine. It got a little choppy because Thomas wanted to start fighting. So, whatever. But I got smoke for him for the next one. For sure. You hear me? I'm talking to you. Yeah, next one.
Yo, I hear what you're saying. I'm ready to go anytime. Until you listen.
I got you.
Listen, you started off with that Dallas nonsense from the top, bro. From the
You could let
top.
it fly, dog.
I cannot.
Listen, you had that Rams hat on from the top. I said nothing. I said nothing at all.
I didn't
I said
say
nothing.
anything
I was
about
the
the
bigger
Rams.
person.
I didn't say anything
You let
about
your
them.
intrusive thoughts win, dog. But
No.
I got you.
No, they
I
had
got
already
you.
won. They had
I got
already
you.
won.
Don't worry about it.
As soon as you
I
mentioned
I got
that
you.
Dallas Cowboys name,
I don't know. We're gonna have a tribunal to talk about your fandom, man. Like, I did not know this about you. We have to talk about
Stan,
this.
you feel me? Like
No,
that's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
that Dodgers flip, man. Everybody else like
That's
let slide. Like, I didn't
crazy.
hear it, but you said Phillies to Dodgers. That's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy.
So his reasoning for the flipping to the Rams is I kind of get because of what happened with Colin Kaepernick. I kind of get okay, but you could have went to a different team. But you went to the Rams. But the Rams weren't even. The Rams were in St. Louis. I guess no. That's what happened when the Rams came back to the LA. That's when he became a Rams fan. That's what happened. And everything with Colin Kaepernick. But the Philly Dodgers thing, there was no reason for that.
Yes,
There was no reason for that at all.
Yeah,
There was no reason for that at all, fellas. But
this is
this
like Inception, man.
Right. What's going on? Oh, all right, got you.
I'm back.
I'm back.
Y'all over there talking shit.
That's cool.
I'm back.
Listen, this is recorded, so you ain't got to worry about it. You talking when you want to watch a recorded sports event, you're going to watch this recorded podcast.
Yeah, this is a podcast. It's going to be new to me. That'd be new to me, but you can't see the results of a podcast till you watch it.
Yes, you can. I'm going to chop it up, and I'm going to send it to you.
Oh, you going to send it?
Yeah.
I don't need to see the replay.
Yeah, I'm sending it to you.
I know we recently won a Super Bowl out here, so I don't need to see replays of the early 90s and shit. So I can't help myself. I'm sorry, yo, I can't help it. You got the hat on, bro.
Weed has recently won. Weed has recently won. You recently became a Rams fan.
And
you're 40 years old and a Rams fan. You've been a Niners fan your entire life.
Championship.
Knock it off, dog.
Championship.
Yo, I'm about to play cue the music. Cue the music.
I'm out here. I'm out because
cue the music.
Cue it up.
Yeah. Cue the music. We hit the genre. Listen, welcome to episode 1. Listen, thank you for tapping in. Hope you enjoyed it. But next week, we got you episode 2. I don't know what we're going to talk about. It'll be different every single week. We may be arguing with each other. We may be arguing with y'all. But I don't know. Let's find out. It's Jack of all trades, and we out.